Whoa! Whoa, mind medicine. Alright, honestly, I didn't know it went up this much today because earlier this afternoon it was up like 4%. So this is the first time I'm seeing it closing at 13.68%. Attendees for you mind medicine apes. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And if you enjoy my content and want to support my channel, please check out my Patreon. Link in the description down below. And just a reminder, at 100 subs, I will be giving away an Xbox Series S. One of you guys is going to win this prize. Okay, now let's talk about the new hot stock. It looks like the microvision hype is dying down, and this is the new big thing. It's Mind Medicine, ticker MNMD, Mind Medicine. Full transparency, before I do this is not a full due diligence, alright? Not a full DD. I didn't have the time to go over it yet, so I'm just pulling a few things from what I found on their website and on Reddit. So here's their website, Breakthrough Mental Healing. We help patients unlock the healing power of the mind through psychedelic-inspired medicines and experiential therapies. Together we can overcome. Okay, so it looks like they specialize in treating mental health and addiction with psychedelic drugs, like acid, LSD, and mushrooms. Don't try that at home, kids. So it says here these are commercial drug development programs. Their LSD experiential therapy, that is almost complete. 18MC? Alright, honestly, I don't know what that is. I've never done that before. And I've never done acid either. LSD microdosing, so that helps with ADHD. Okay, so the LSD experiential therapy helps with anxiety. The 18MC helps with addiction. And the LSD microdosing helps with ADHD. Okay, so I guess the quick summary would be this is a pharmaceutical company that treats mental health and addiction with psychedelic drugs. Now let's take a look at some DDs about this company. Alright, so before we get into the DDs, let's take a look at simplywall.st. This just gives us a quick overview of what to expect. So it says in the risk analysis, is their share price liquid and stable? It got a fail for that. It says highly volatile over the past 3 months. Have shareholders been diluted over the past year? It got a fail for that. Shareholders have been substantially diluted in the past year. Are they forecast to achieve profitability? Fail on that. Are they in a good financial position? They got a pass on that one. They have sufficient cash for at least 1 year of operations. That's really not too much if you ask me. But it says they're not in danger of going out of business for 1 year. Do they have a meaningful market cap? They got a pass on that. The market cap is over $2 billion. So in summary, it's a new company. The stock is highly volatile. The shares have been diluted, so they're selling shares to raise cash. It's not profitable yet. I guess in summary, this is a highly speculative stock. You guys already know what I think about speculation, right? I'm not a big fan of speculation. I believe in fundamentals and technicals, not speculation. So already, I don't have the greatest feeling about this, but let's continue. This guy does a good job of pointing out the strengths and weaknesses. And this is by The Walrus SC2. He says he's a YouTuber with 45k subs. So strengths. It has the first mover advantage, being the first psychedelic company in the pharmacy space. It's heavily owned by retail. The war on drugs and the stigma of drugs is starting to die down. It's becoming more accepted. Says they have an extensive pipeline to get their psychedelics. Not sure how true that is, but that's what he says. And he says there's minimal side effects of the psychedelics and it's non-addictive. Again, not sure how true that is, just speculation. So the weaknesses, he says that it's heavily dependent on investors. I guess their money is going to come from just diluting shares for the most part. No revenue, no income for 5 years to come. So the website before we looked at said 3 years. This guy's saying 5 years. So this is a long-term play if you want to get into this. Share dilution pending. Does that mean they're going to announce another share offering? I really don't know, but that's not good if they do in the short term. Their entire pipeline is based on Schedule 1 illicit substances. So there might be some problems with legality here. He says that if the FDA doesn't approve their first drug, then it's not going to look good going forward for the rest of their drugs. Opportunities. Says it's a huge industry worth $30 billion. It has the first mover reputation and recognition, and it has international collaboration in the US, Canada, and the EU. The threats. The CEO and co-founder recently dumped 56% of his shares. That is kind of alarming. That's kind of a red flag. Kind of reminds me of what Chamath did with Clover Health. You know, form the company and dump it and leave everyone holding the bag. Virgin Galactic, same thing. Chamath formed the company, took it public through a SPAC, dumped his shares, you're left holding the bag. And Richard Branson did the same thing. CEO, formed the company with Chamath, dumped his shares, and now the apes are holding the bag. TLDR. The reality is that this stock is 5+ years away from meaningful revenue, and who knows how long from profitability. However, with one of the thickest pipelines I've ever seen, retail holding 93% of the float, and psychedelics being literal social media bait, this is going to be one you're going to want to keep on your radar to trade on clinical news drops over the years. Okay, so this guy did a really good job of outlining the positives and the negatives, the possible goods and the possible bads. So I appreciate this post, the Walrus SC2. Thank you for this. So institutional capital. He says that he knows of a few asset managers that now are participating in the stock. Not sure how credible that is, but he says more institutions are looking into getting into this. Access to liquidity, so he admits that they had to sell shares to raise money, but this is necessary to grow. That is true. Believe in the science, so this gets speculative, right? This comes down to your own opinion and research, I guess, about LSD and other psychedelics and how they can be effective and marketable. So most of this DD is based on speculation. It's about believing in the future of the company and the potential of the company. It's about believing in the science of the psychedelics. So, pretty good information here. Let's take a look at the next one. Alright, now let's take a look at a bearish case. This is a bearish DD. This is by Lance Alloyne. He argues that they specialize in mental health, but there are already a lot of antidepressants on the market. They're not psychedelics, but he argues that antidepressants are probably the more favored way to go, at least at this time. So first argument is antidepressants is better than psychedelics. Then he addresses the anxiety. He says that opioids are more favored than psychedelics. So antidepressants better than psychedelics, opioids better than psychedelics. For addiction, he says that there's a lot of other ways to treat addiction already. And same thing for ADHD. You don't need to microdose LSD to help with your ADHD. There's medicine for that. Okay. TLDR. MindMed is trying hard to appear as the next big thing, but all they have is a highly contested pipeline of low innovation drugs. They are stretched thin between drug development and AI and lack the proper verticality to achieve success, but are too high level to succeed as a growth company. Ride the hype while it lasts, I guess. This guy makes a pretty good case. He pretty much just says this company is bad because there's a lot of other treatments that are currently being used and accepted over psychedelics. He pretty much says it's all hype, it's all speculation. Now, here's my personal opinion. I probably wouldn't put my money in this, and I haven't done a full due diligence again, but just based on this, you guys already know me. I don't like speculation. I like fundamentals and technicals. This is another stock that's just purely based on speculation. They're in the trial round now. They're developing their drugs, so they have no marketable product yet. And even when they do, it needs to be approved by the FDA. And this is a new industry where a lot of people might not be on board with psychedelics. Because this guy is right. It's not as accepted as traditional medicines like antidepressants, and opioids. Quite honestly, this really reminds me of weed stocks. Like when weed stocks first came out, not now, but like way back when weed stocks first came out, kind of reminds me of that. You know, it's like speculation in a new industry, and the future is really uncertain. But you're betting for the really, really long term. You're hoping in a couple of years from now, who knows, 5, 10 years, 20 years, laws and regulations are going to change and it's going to be more accepted and the industry is going to grow. That's really what you're betting on. All speculation. And honestly, even if you're long the stock, I wouldn't be so quick to FOMO in right now. So let's just take a look at Tilray as an example, right? Tilray is one of the leading cannabis stocks. And let's just go back 3 years. So whether you're long the stock or not, I would never recommend FOMOing in at the very beginning of when the stock goes public. The true value of the stock is really unknown. And I would rather wait a little bit to see what the market thinks the stock should be worth. You see here, at one point, Tilray went all the way up to $300. And it came back down, let's just call it $150, all right? So at one point, Tilray opened and it went up to $150. Imagine FOMOing in at $150 when Tilray went public. And it goes all the way down to $2.50. You guys don't want to be caught bag holding. This is why I didn't go into Coinbase. This is why I didn't go into CCIV. When something goes public, you should just wait a little bit and let the market decide what the true value of the stock should be. I know, guys, it's hard to resist FOMO, but with time, you get better. And I'm just using this as an example because what is MNMD trading at now? Like $5? You don't want to FOMO in now and then this thing goes down to like $2 or $1. I really hope it doesn't, but these things realistically can happen. And if it does, you want to buy at $1 and $2, not $5 and hold in the bag. Yeah, personally, just based on the fundamentals, it's not something I would go for. But even if it was, I would hold off for maybe a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. Let the market do its trading. Let the market decide the true value of the stock and get in at the true value. Maybe it will take off, and then you will be kicking yourself that you didn't get in early, you didn't FOMO in. But better safe than sorry. This is smarter gambling, right? Smarter gambling, not gambling. This is smarter gambling. So we'll have to see where this thing goes in the short term and the long term. I'm just really curious. You know, there hasn't been a company like this public before. Really nobody knows how to value it. You apes are the first one in, testing the waters out for the rest of us. So you guys are doing a great service. I appreciate you guys. And I hope this thing blows up. Like I said, at the end of the day, I want everyone to make money. I want all the apes to make money. And I don't want you guys to lose money. So I don't want you guys doing anything dumb like buying high and selling low. So I think the best thing to do would be to hold off a little bit for now. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, there you have it. There is the quick DD of MNMD. Thank you everyone for watching today. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And if you enjoy my content and want to support my channel, please check out my Patreon. Link in the description down below. And just a reminder, at 100 subs, I will be giving away an Xbox Series S. One of you guys is going to win this prize. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. Not financial advice. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, everyone.